So this truck keeps driving by, spinning their tires, throwing fireworks out right here by my property. I think they're coming back. Yeah, that's them. Look. So let's see. Let's get them on camera. Oh yeah, that's them. They keep driving back and forth, spinning their tires. Look, right there. Look, throwing fireworks, shooting off guns and shit. So they just spun out. As soon as they seen me recording them, pointing the phone at them, they spun their tires again. As soon as I hit pause, sounds like they're trying to turn around and come back or something. I don't know who these guys are. They probably live somewhere here in the neighborhood or somewhere down there with these dumbasses who's always trying to start shit. This is literally every single day. Every single fucking day. Let's see if they come back. Because they just drove by. They stopped right here at the stop sign, or before the stop sign. Right there. And they started throwing out fireworks towards their house right here. Right here. Mr. Willie and Miss Doris, who's elderly people who live there. You know, so, and they're black and white. They're not Mexican and they're not Hispanic, and neither am I. So we get fucked with non-stop. See, I'm over here and I see and hear everything. Almost everything. So I've seen that truck before. That's the same truck that was pulling up in front of my property a few nights ago, driving up in my ditch with their lights off and stuff. So, and they were sitting like right down there towards the end, past my septic or sewage line, whatever. Towards the end, they drove at an angle through my ditch and sat there with their lights off. And then they kept driving around at nighttime, like right here, and pulling up and stopping right here, spinning their tires. You can see their black marks all over. You know, if they're just kids having fun, you know, I get it. You know, whatever. You know, they're just bored. There ain't nothing to do. They're just driving around throwing fireworks, trying to be annoying. You know, they look young. They look like they're probably like 20 years old. You know, these people down here at 559 Road 5262 are the ones always shooting. And we're shooting like crazy last night with automatic guns. The ones down there on the back road at the corner lot were also shooting at me about a week and a half ago because they were relatives of my old neighbor who I had beef with here, who went around the whole neighborhood slandering my name. And her family lives down at the end of the road, and her affiliates that they all work, her construction workers that she hired live here in the neighborhood, that she paid thousands of dollars to come basically harass me and destroy my land, trying to run me off. Cartel type stuff, organized crime stuff, you know. So it's getting out of control. You know, it's some major problems. You know, it's all day, every day. You know, I don't know if they're just like trying to like be annoying, or if they're flirting with me. Maybe they saw me on Grindr or on a dating app and coming over here trying to flirt, and or maybe, but I don't think that that's what it is. You know, like I think that, you know, they're literally, they don't look like they're gay or anything. They look like they're little thugs, you know, so, and there's several of them, and they're young guys in a vehicle in that truck, you know, and that's not the only vehicle that comes with several of them, but today and the other day, that one has been driving around, spinning their tires. I can't make out what tire. It looks like a Nissan or a Toyota Tundra, like a gold off-white colored one or something. So I even called the cops on them the other night. And oh yeah, there they are. So they live down there. Oh yeah, so that's Linda's family members that live down there. From Linda and Mario that live next door. So they're just kids acting stupid, you know, throwing off fireworks, you know, but, you know, they're trying to be harassing because Linda lived there and she had to move. Now somebody else lives there. They sold the property in the house, the trailer, to somebody else. But Linda And her sister and her cousin lived down there at the end of the road. Her sister on the left and her cousin right across the street on the right, from what my knowledge is. And there's several of them. It's like their whole family lives there, like the grandma, the grandpa, the auntie, the uncle, the cousins, the brother, the sister, like Mexicans do. They have 10 people living in one house. So they're the ones who shot at me the other night when I was walking my dog in the maroon truck, and then chased me in the black car and all that stuff. So and been following me and been going to the people with the 18-wheelers that have bought those two lots and the lots at the end of the road on 5262 where the stop signs are. Just trying to be harassing. They busted my window. They actually cracked my window, chasing me, shooting at me, trying to run me off the road, throwing chunks of metal at my car. So you can see the crack here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's a crack in my windshield where they hit it. There's dents everywhere. And so, that's just more documentation right there, proof. I call the cops and they think I'm like I'm crazy, like I'm hallucinating or something, but they don't understand. I've been here for 2 years dealing with this shit. And it all started with this little fucking Mexican bitch whose name is Linda, who was like 32 or 33 years old, works for a dental office, allegedly. And she lived there after I did. They moved in after I did. And they're the ones who cut my trees down and vandalized my property and burnt my property and vandalized my vehicles and put false reports and played Karen. And I mean, it just never stopped. They put their trailer right there. They blocked me from building my house. They cost me like $20,000 because I had to stay in a hotel for 6 months, and then all the fees and all these, all this stuff, that I've had to pay because of them. And now her family, thinks that they're going to come over here, a bunch of kids, teenagers, and harass me, and like they're going to do trespassing on my property in the middle of the night, slashing my tires, keying my car. I mean, you can see the scratch marks everywhere, like where they've literally, like, even if I'm at the dollar store, look, they're ramming. They saw me at the dollar store, they started ramming see the key marks all the way down, the scratches all over my hood, everything, everywhere. None of that was there. They did that. And I know it was them. So they were ramming the shopping buggy baskets into my car on purpose. And, I walked out, I saw them do it, and they jumped in that same truck. And there was some other girl named Ana Hernandez who's been stalking me on all 3 of my Facebook accounts, and she looks like them. So I'm assuming she may be related to them because she's constantly making like negative remarks to every comment I make, like just stalking me, like literally, like crazy shit. And I saw her in the dollar store, and she would, the same time that happened to my car with those guys, and she was standing behind me in the line telling those guys to jump me in the parking lot whenever I walk out and to take my phone and all this. And she was saying it loud enough to where I could hear her. And I turned around and I'm like looking at her, and she's like mean mugging me. She's like this short little fat Mexican no booty ass, female. So, I can't even come out in my yard. Not one day. It's the first day of the new year, and they're already just still starting shit. I've never done nothing to these people. I've never even spoke to them. I don't know them. It's just all because of Linda. She's literally insane. She would be like furious, like shaking, like crazy. I mean, I can't even come out and mow my grass or anything because these people are harassing me. Every time I even open my damn door and come out in my yard, in my property that I'm paying for, that I was the first person on the street to be here. And then they just like invaded like an unwanted cockroach infestation and destroyed my property. And I've done everything I can to like save my property and to like reclaim it and like replant all the plants and save the trees. And I mean, you can even see here the scorch marks on the trunk that's left, and just the scarring from where they burnt my property. And I came and it was on fire. My whole property was on fire. Half of it had already burnt, over half of it, and I had to like come out here with buckets of water. I was able to save this little section of trees here. And they did it on purpose. They actually took my dirt off. So you can see where they took the dirt off my land as well here and through the ditch. They went through the ditch. I have prior, when it first happened, prior documentation of it when it was really bad. But this is where they were driving through my ditch onto my property because it's low right here. It's not as deep like here. It's lower on this end. And you can see their tire tracks. And the tractor as well, where they keep driving the tractors through my property. And but you can see right here, their tire tracks right here. I mean, you can see them coming at an angle. And there's several different ones where they're coming on several different times. It's several different incidents, not just one time. And they're pulling up here, coming at an angle through my ditch and pulling up on my property here. And they're like sitting here with their lights off in front of my property in the middle of the night and getting out and coming through my tree. So I set booby traps. I set like trip wires and they got caught in them. They tripped on my trip wires. I have fishing string trip wires everywhere. They're invisible at first until you're like already caught on them. So there's one here. They're here. They're there. See, I have them everywhere. So I had them completely blocking my whole property. Hidden. So you can see where they broke, where they tripped on this one and broke it or cut it or did it cut it on purpose. It went all the way through here. So nobody could walk through here at night without tripping over them. So now they're all gone. They're all cut and they're all broken where they tripped over them. You've literally got to be running or because I've even tripped on them and they don't break. So you got to cut them in order for it to break or literally put some major force on it. Some pretty heavy duty fishing string. So, yeah, and they'll be here in the bushes, right in, all up in here. You could see even where they were laying here one night, couple nights when I came out, and they hid in the bushes at night because it's pitch black and you can see where they were laying here. See where the grass is all laid down? They ducked down and was hiding. And just look, you can see, see where all the grass is laid down? Or they were coming through my property and hiding in my bushes in the middle of the night, and there's people shooting and trespassing. You can hear them, the dogs start barking, and I get up. It wakes me up every time. My car alarm's going off. They're setting off my alarm. I have motion detectors, that are going off, so, and even my other neighbors, my new neighbors have even said that they've witnessed, and these neighbors here, them on my property when I'm not here. So I've had stuff stolen. I had a bunch of tools stolen. So these are the only tools I have left. But I have nowhere to store them, so I have to keep them here. And I'm constantly on guard, literally, because it's every day. They're coming over here trespassing. They're tearing down my trespassing signs. I had trespassing signs up here, no trespassing on everywhere where they cannot possibly walk past or go past without seeing them, and they'll just tear them down. They're literally nailed in. They're not just hanging there. They're nailed in, solid wood with solid nails and screws and solid metal signs, and they're literally ripping them off and cutting them off and tearing them off. So that's that. Now I'm just rambling. So, but yeah, that's the people. Caught them on tape, video, whatever.